Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today we're going to be taking a look at some pretty big changes Riot is implementing regarding probably one of the biggest issues League of Legends has at the very moment, which is of course just player behavior toxicity, people intentionally griefing, trolling, AFKing, just all that stuff, way too many dodges. Pretty much all the stuff that, let's be honest, everyone hates dealing with, and we probably deal with, honestly, a lot more with it than we need to. It happens almost every game nowadays, it feels like, right? Whether it's a dodge, someone trolling, giving up, just AFKing, just griefing, every single game. So Riot is giving us a new update on this, so let's go over it together. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get this party started. So we're gonna skip this. This is all just like whatever. You can expect our next update mid-July, whatever. Let's take a look at the goals. So first of all, as it's been a while since we last chatted, let's talk goals. Broadly speaking, behavioral systems has a few evergreen goals: reduce the frequency of disruptive behavior, mitigate the harm, and as well as shorter term goals, which are specifically reduce the frequency of repeat disruptive behavior. So if you're consistently AFKing, consistently dodging, consistently griefing, and like blatantly just trolling, things like that, it'll be more and more punishing now than before. If you do it like more than once, or especially if you do it like 3 times, it's like much more punishing. So you have to you can't do it anywhere near as much. Use the newly launched reporting confidence system to increase confidence, hence the name, of automated detection and penalties for disruptive behavior. In addition to the above behavioral goals, we're partnering with competitive in tackling problems endemic to matchmaking and competitive integrity. Continue improving queue matchmaking quality without compromising queue time and availability. Yes, please. Reduce champion select dodges across all MMRs. Now, I don't know about playing in silver, gold, elo, but like in Diamond Plus, it takes me like about 20 to 30 minutes to get into a game usually, because there's probably like 4 dodges in a row before, on top of the queue time being already like 5 minutes plus, and there's also like 4 dodges on top of that in between each actual game that you get into. It takes literally like 20 minutes to get into a game. It's ridiculous, honestly. Anyways, so this is pretty funny. So recent results, reporting confidence, intentional feeding. So in late 2020 and early into 2021, we talked about plans for reporting confidence solution that took into account quality of reports. So players who are great at consistently recognizing disruptive behavior versus others who spam the report button every match, which, yeah, I'm this person. If anyone ever just doesn't play well, I report them. If I could report myself, I would report myself too, but unfortunately you can't. Over time, this helps our system refine their understanding of disruptive behavior that may be less blatant, as well as penalizing players who are continually skirting our existing detection lines. So we've rolled out reporting credibility out for intentional feeding and have been seeing some promising results. We've started to confidently detect behaviors like jungle griefing, under the radar intents, to lose or feeding behaviors, and pretty much they're staying a lot better with detecting behaviors like this, for instance, where it's just blatant grief, it's blatant troll, it's just very obvious that you're not playing to win. You are not playing to win, and it's just, come on. It's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. It's just obvious that, this person doing these actions probably isn't looking to win the game. This looks like my games. I think they got this footage from one of my games, I'll be honest. I don't know. I'm almost positive this is from one of my games, because this looks like it's happening pretty much every single game I queue into. I mean, honestly, is he trolling or is he really just horrible at Anivia? I don't know, hard to say. And then Ash TP feeding. Let's take a look at this one. What is this? Oh, I think this is the game. I think this is me. I played this game like last week. They recorded me playing Ash. Weird. Huh. Strange. Huh. Why is it so quiet? It's like literally max volume, man. Okay, nice. And then she TPs. Yeah, I was tilted. I'm sorry, guys. This was me. I was really tilted. I wanted to, maybe steal the blue buff, but unfortunately I was there a little bit too early. All right, that's just cringe. Anyways, so things like that, essentially. If you report that apparently the system can now detect that better, and actually, punish those players a lot better. So since the system is still new, we're still being cautious with actioning on these behaviors until we're sure the system won't evolve into an unforeseen way and penalize innocent players en masse. It might feel like there are still people getting through the cracks right now, and for the time being, that's okay. No, it's really not. This is just the start of training our models to adapt to high quality player reports, and they're excited to go forward with that. Cool, sweet. The next thing they're doing, guys, is almost here. It's going to be here very, very soon. Queue dodging penalty escalation. So what this means essentially now is if you consistently dodge more and more and more is going to be more and more punishing. So that's pretty much what they're doing. So first, a single dodge doubles the overall time to game for 9 other players and creates a jarring experience as players are forced in and out of the queue, which is happening in my elo, at least like Diamond Plus, so often. It's ridiculous. It's honestly kind of annoying. At higher levels of play, we've even seen some players say it's better to dodge a champ select with picks they don't like than it is to play the match out. I mean, honestly true though. That's the thing. Actually kind of true. Dude, they need to remove player names. Remove player names in champ select and in-game. Dodging should never be so optimal. The player is treated like a tool in their toolkit. It shouldn't, but it really is. That's the issue. It should be a last resort break in case of emergency switch, which it isn't, because there's too many people that just troll pick and pick champions that they don't want to play. I mean, sometimes I'm one of those players, don't get me wrong, but it's true. One takeaway from last time we discussed dodge penalties is that you want us to avoid overly punishing players who had an unintentional disconnect, an emergency, or someone intentionally trying to ruin the game. In other words, the forgivable dodge cases. We're addressing that by adding a penalty tier, but leaving the current tiers unchanged. So, as of right now, guys, if you were to dodge the first time in 24 hours, 6-minute lockout, it's actually more like 5 minutes, I think, but whatever, 6-minute lockout, and you lose 3 LP, cool, right? If you do it again, 30 minutes, you lose 10 LP. That's the thing we all are familiar with. Now, as a new tier, if you do it again, instead of just getting another 30 minutes and another 10 LP, and now it's still 10 LP, which should be more, it should be like 15 LP, but you get locked out for 12 hours. So you pretty much can't play the rest of the day, which is good. I mean, that's actually good. I like that. But this should also be like 15 LP, just to really just like, man, if you dodge 3 times in 24 hours, man, like F you, man. Just F you, honestly. You know, it should just be like that. Anyways, we expect the above changes to limit current abuse of the system while we work with our other Riot teams to really dig into areas like autofill, off-roll disparity concerns. This should be like prioritized severely. Perceived between team mismatches, hostage situations in champ select, and one-trick limitations. Higher MMRs, that's funny, actually. This has to be their highest concern, though. This is the most annoying thing to me in existence. I still believe one of the biggest reasons people dodge is because people are autofilled in roles that just really sucks to have an autofilled. Like if you have a support player or something like that, autofilled in the jungle, for instance, like my goodness, if that player is literally just a support player, nothing else, and they get autofilled in the jungle, and the enemy team doesn't have an autofilled jungle, and you're especially playing in higher elo, yeah, that's just the next. That you have to dodge. You just have to dodge. No one wants to play with autofilled jungler. It's easily one of the worst autofilled roles to play with. You do not want an autofilled jungler. And if you have an autofilled jungler, the enemy team better have an autofilled jungler as well. But then they can also maybe swap. What if they swap? You know, there's a lot of issues like that. So this has to be by far, in my opinion, by far the biggest concern that they have to fix ASAP. It's just, I think this is like at least 50%, if not more, of the reason people dodge. Anyways, next, almost here, AFK penalty escalation. So, in addition to dodges, we've been assessing penalties for players repeatedly AFKing or leaving games, and they don't want to overly punish players, but people that keep doing this are going to get penalized. So, at the moment, what do we have? If you AFK one game, 5-minute lockout, instant lose LP. Like you get like the same LP loss that you would get if you were to like actually just lose the game. Everyone else gets mitigated loss. Second AFK, I'm assuming in, does it say when? It doesn't say when. I'm assuming within 24 hours. 10-minute lockout, auto loss. Cool. Now, and if you do the third time, you only get, it's only increased by 5 minutes. Like that's not a big deal, right? But now, the first AFK is still 5 minutes. Fine. 30 minutes already on the second AFK. And if you do it for the third AFK, you're getting a 14-day lockout. You ain't playing rank for 14 days. Half a month. Sit your ass down, boy. And that's good. I like that. You know, it's just, this is good. I mean, I don't really get as much AFK in my games personally. This is, I think, more of like a, you know, a silver, gold, maybe even lower elo kind of issue, honestly. I've played in that elo before, like a while ago, and yeah, there's a lot of AFKs there. So not too much of an issue, like, you know, higher elo, I would say, but it's a good change regardless, right? And same with this, there's an escalating LP penalty assessed for going AFK for leaving games, so you lose more and more and more LP, you can see here, right? More and more LP you lose, which isn't really... It should be more, but whatever. Anyway, the second half of 2021 and beyond. So this is more stuff that they're going to start implementing and things that they're working on. In-game reporting options to allow players to immediately respond to bad behavior that further improve detection, which is the thing we looked at the first time, I think, at the very top with the 3 demonstrations. Further refinement of penalties for extreme offenders of all kinds. And of course, continued improvement on the AFK, interfeeding, and verbal abuse detection. So some pretty big changes coming, guys. I think they're really good changes. Let me know what you think about them. This is pretty much tackling probably one of the biggest issues, I would argue, that League of Legends currently is facing and why it a lot of people are just really just disliking playing the game at the moment because you just deal with these things like on a daily basis, and it's just enough is enough, honestly. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. See you guys for the next one. Peace.